Hi everybody, Reverend Michael Sinister Sidney. It is now Sunday the 14th and back at it. Got some of our helpers show back up today. There they are. The really hard workers. They did great yesterday. I'm sure they'll do great again today. Derek's going to be showing up a little bit later, working on some trees. I'm going to do a hodgepodge of things. And let's get to it, day 3.
Welcome to Sinister Sidney.
So yesterday, I talked about the Green Hollow house and that we're working on getting it out. And Derek and Joe and Cody and Alicia and Dylan were up here doing it. And I realized I didn't include any of that in the video. They did do a bunch. We took out a bunch of the wall panels and things like that. Now we have this building. We've had this building since pretty much the beginning. And it's always been kind of our maze building. We are getting it out and repurposing it into a 4-room house. And yeah. What do they leave down here? Oh, that's just stuff. So here's our building. Yeah, this was a fun one. We put this up like 8 years ago. And it is held tight. Tarp roof like most of our places. We do that on purpose because between that and not having any foundations or anything, basically they're on skids and therefore non-taxable. Temporary buildings that will be here forever. Last year before, I did run power. The whole power set up in here when we ran all that electrical over. So they are pulling walls, repurposing walls. And gonna turn this into a 4-room house. And then the exit, of course, is still here. Goes out there to the pit. And then to Scarecrow Alley. Move this down to the merchandise booth. It was where we were keeping our electronics for all of our cameras, the DVR and everything. However, we found that our gremlin would not let that happen. We would have things that were just perfect. We have around here, one of the reasons I was so excited to get rid of the generators is we have gremlins. Electrical things have issues. Things go wrong with them. The DVRs and stuff that we would set up here would work great for an hour. They work wonderful in the house. Everything was fine there. Work great for an hour. They come out here and they crash. The generators were always breaking down for absolutely no reason. They would just quit working. So now we have hardwire, electrical. At it, and the hardwire electrical that I put in. This is going to be a display case in the merch booth. This is going to be 4-room house, the Green Hollow house. And we still have the fireplace, but things would break down they just quit working. So it wasn't even a breakdown. They would just stop working. And so we're getting rid of that. Anyway, okay, so I want to make sure that I got some info on that in here since I forgot to yesterday. So now I'm going to go back up and figure out what I'm going to do. I think I had some fence panels down by the queue line that had come down in the last storm or the one before it. I want to see if I can figure out how to get them up and more secure. The kids are down there working, still working on the merch booth plot, and we'll get going. Oh yeah, and I walked approximately 5.5 miles yesterday running around doing work. We'll see what we can distance we can put on the step tracker today. There's Annie. She can supervise well from up there. Kitty break. Kitty break. All right, so the kids had to take off. They got other things they got to do. Again, most appreciative for any help that they can give and come down. Good kids, real good kids. I am going to finish up this area. There's a couple little piles left to do in there so that the next time they come back, I can start them in a different area. Look at this. This is so different. Boy, did you look back a couple videos ago and see, this looked like that. Okay. Yeah, so this is so different. This is so cool to have this cleared out. And we can get started on doing things. I got to order some gravel. I'm going to put gravel underneath the skids. Re-gravel this the parking lot driveway a little bit, the house driveway a bit, and see if I can't have them put some down on the new parking lot. Also just on the entrance so that it's viewable of where it's at. So more work. Derek is here. I heard the chainsaw running earlier, so, and the music's going back there, so I know that he's here. So anyway, break done. Time to go back to work. Did I already say that I got this parking lot mowed? And I got our auxiliary parking lot remowed. Last few days ago when I mowed it, I had to use the Craftsman. This time I used the Cub, lowered it down. That's that spot right in there. Lowered it down. A lot of mole activity. It's real uneven ground, so I'm working on scalping it a bit, trying to flatten it out a little bit. So anyway, got that done, and yeah, back to work. Kelly's rolling. Love to see that. You get down to, gets itchy and they roll around. It feels good. Oh, and Spirit, is she? No, she's not laying down up there. She's just standing low. In that space. It's 14 by 20. So we've got all this shrubbery, trees, little trees, things like that I need to clear out. I wanted to get a before. We have other stuff kind of piled down here that'll all, of course, have to move. But it should go from, where's the tree? Yeah, from the entrance over here, should reach to right about here, take up that space, and then we're going to put a lean-to on the back side for tractor equipment. This house is clean. This big open space. Never had this here in 20 years. Ted approves. Oh, he's got a grasshopper. Some kind of bug. Okay, so got stuff burning off. Got this all cleaned up. And get a truck right in here, dump some gravel for going to our skids. I got that opened up. I'm gonna call the gravel guy tomorrow. Now it looks like I'm gonna run out to Eagle Hollow, one of our sister haunts, part of the Terror Trinity. Us, Sinister Sidney, Eagle Hollow, Scream Park, and Madness Haunt in Council Bluffs. Eagle Hollow's in Eagle, Nebraska, out by Lincoln. Anyway, gonna run out there. They got a whole bunch of lumber. I'm gonna go see what they've got that I can use to build the merch booth. It's about coming up on 3 o'clock here. Guy's gonna be there, I think, till 5:30. So I gotta get my butt to moving. Got all my stuff cleaned up. Hook the trailer back up, take it back up to the house, shut things off, and get to going. So my wife tells me I might want to wash up a little before going out there. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Yeah. Alright, cleaned up. And, yeah, put a different shirt on, headed out to Eagle Hollow. It's about an hour away. Gonna check out and see what they got that we can use. Brian is awesome. They got a big deal from local lumberyard on different size stuff that wasn't selling or whatever. So so he's gonna let me pick through and give me a good deal on it. So here we go, a little relaxing drive for the next hour. All right, I made it out to Eagle Hollow. Now this place is cool because it's also Eagle Hollow Raceway, and they're on the grounds of that. And so I made it. You can tell I've entered a hunt area. Just looking for Josh, and then I'll be checking out what wood they got. I gotta go look at me some wood. Okay, so I found it, and they have a lot of wood. Hopefully we should be able to get a good amount of our list that we need for the merch booth out of there. Planning on next Wednesday going down, weather permitting, and seeing what all we can get. Hot out there. It's quite warm. I'm done working outside for the day. Sort of have to help Michaela fix her vendor tent, and then it's shower time and bedtime. I got early work in the morning. There's a little girl down there. Oh, got some sun this weekend. Yeah. Anyway, yes, you can tell I'm tuckered out. I'm tuckered out. So, good weekend, good build weekend, good help. Got a lot of stuff done that needed to be done, and we'll be doing more this week and next weekend after work, I'm sure. And of course, as always, I'll video it. See you in the funny pages.